Hello, welcome to Streaming Rainbow. My name is David Robles, and this is my adventure time. Today we're going to be telling a Strahd story. My players, I am joined by the ever-present, seemingly on our streams, Laura, fellow Streaming Rainbow GM, Sarah, new to Streaming Rainbow, Bastion, and Courtney. Yes. So before we get into everything else, just want to give a couple of disclaimers that are going to be in the show notes, going to be in the YouTube comments. But again, if you maybe didn't pay attention to that, click that. There is a little bit of distressing themes in Strahd. So if you got any icks that are pretty common to horror, maybe not for you. Or have that pause button ready. Okay. My brain went blank for a second.
Happens.
We can fix it in post.
Where's our clapper?
Where's my clapper?
This is a running gag.
Lovely.
Okay. Now with that out of the way, again, welcome to Streaming Rainbow. We are a group of DMs who got together and said, hey, you know what? We want to stream stuff and put stuff on the internet, but that's a lot of work for one person. Let's share that load. So we're kind of like a commune, but for nerds. And now it's my turn. And here's a little secret. If you can't tell already, this is my first time DMing ever. So if you were like, hey, I want to play Strahd, or I'm thinking about running Strahd, and you came across this video, this is the bar that you just have to meet, or just have to exceed, right? We're the base level for which you can build your story on. Which also brings me to my next point I want to get into really quickly before we start playing, is I have changed some things in the story structure, things I just didn't like, things I found somewhat problematic or disagreeable, and other stuff that I just felt would be cooler story choices. One of my favorite things about D&D is it is a collaborative storytelling experience, and I do believe that goes beyond just the players at the table, and you're collaborating as well with the creators and the those who originally wrote these stories. So I hope you enjoy my take on Strahd. Our take on Strahd. Because who knows where our lovely, wonderful miscreants are going to take us. Okay? And with that, I have prepared a little video now.
Welcome to Barovia, a land of mystery, magic, and prosperity. Barovia is a valley community obscured from outside eyes by more than mere mountains, settled generations ago by the great wizard Strahd von Zarevich, named after his father, the great conqueror Barov von Zarevich, a man who died from his wounds suffered in battle. Or so that is the story told. Barovia is a land that is diverse. The native Vistani still live in and amongst the many other groups who have come to inhabit the valley. Verdant forests and ancient mountain scenery surround the towns that make up the majority of Barovia's population. Whatever your interests, the town of Barovia has something to offer you. In search of knowledge or arcane secrets, Ludendorff University has vast libraries, texts, and tomes. And if the answer isn't in there, the mages and scientists of Ludendorff continue to push the boundaries of science and magic both individually and together. Under the guidance of Dr. Mordenheim, they've exceeded what each could achieve alone and have married the two in ways thought unimaginable. For those more culturally inclined, Porta Lucine has what you are after. Fashion, architecture, art, poetry, and anything else you can imagine. The masquerades put on by Baris and Yvette Kroska are always a hit. Be warned, though, invites are difficult to come by. So many are just dying to get in. For those looking for a more quiet life, the town of Valaki values piety and restraint. Its protector, Avacyn, also ensures the borders are the most protected from the diverse wildlife and other bad actors that may inhabit the valley. Barovia offers everything one could want. There's never a reason to leave, and no one ever does. Despite its few problems with big game and some bandits, Barovia continues to prosper in the leadership of Strahd von Zarevich, the powerful wizard who has conquered death itself and extended the power of his magic to protect Barovia from the evils that inhabit and attempt to attack this land. Travel is impossible without the Vistani guides, and even then still incredibly dangerous, but imagine how much more dangerous it would be without the defense Strahd provides. Without those brave individuals who've chosen the burden of vampirism to protect Barovia and its beautiful citizens. And without the protective enclosure hiding them from the outside world, imagine what horrors would befall Barovia. The worst monsters of all would come. People. Humanoids, desperate to pillage and plunder the land for its resources. It is not just better, but benevolent for Strahd to ensure the safety of Barovia by ensuring only those with the best intentions enter his land. It is his good nature that drives Strahd to make these decisions, and the people should be glad for it, because without him, Barovia would be the land of monsters, massacre, and suffering. With that, let us rejoin our players and see where their adventures take them.
And here we are. We zoom in into the domain of dread Dementlieu, in the lands of Barovia, in the port city of Port Lucine. It looks like if New Orleans was built during the Renaissance. It is beautiful, ornate, very extra, paved cobblestone streets, horse-drawn carriages, large manors, lamps, lamp-lit posts lining the major thoroughfares. Our policy on cursing is just fucking curse.
Yeah, put it in the chat so it didn't have to interrupt your DMing, but I thank you for jumping in there.
This is not for kids, guys.
This is not for kids. Hey, people are going to get ripped
Strahd
apart, their blood sucked. Dropping an F-bomb is not really our... That's not the line we're not going to cross. You know what I mean? You know what I'm fucking saying? Anyways, back to Port Lucine. Lamp-lit posts, large manor houses, women in low-cut, pushed-up corsets, men in tailcoats, tall, slim, with large top hats. And just outside of Port Lucine is a series of tents and horses. It looks like an encampment of the carnival. And in one of those tents wakes a young lady waking up in a whole new world. Patience, what is on your mind this morning?
Raven, please, lend me your strength. I cannot fathom putting my foot upon the floor, for that would be to face a reality of a world far darker than I have known yet. Yes, of course, I know. I be about my day, can't continue to be useful or useless to myself or anyone else. And she's been addressing a crystalline skull that is overlooking her sleeping point. It's humanoid in size, and on one side of it, if it were a human skull, you would assume it is a massive cancer growing on its side. But it is amethyst, so it is just a lovely geode. And she takes it into her hand and she steps down and takes a deep breath. All right. Get yourself together, Patience. We have work to do. And she goes about getting dressed.
What does Patience's tent look like?
It is lots of like fabrics that are hanging from the ceilings and like very I don't want to use the word mystical ways, but it's just adding color and uniqueness throughout the whole space. If you were to walk into her tent, you would feel like you're walking into a into the mystic type store where you can have your tarot read or your tea leaves done for you and palm readings. Various little iconography things kind of just like dangling. There's off in a corner, there's what look to be just a collection of bones on string. It's a little bit too manicured though. It is for show. It's maybe not necessarily her aesthetic, but it is a front she is presenting to anybody who walks in.
Okay. And if we walk out of your tent across the camp, a couple of embers in a fire pit, some horses being watered and fed, the cooks preparing the morning slop. Over in a corner is what could be described as a man, or a collection of men made into one. It's a bit of an odd sight. Going about his morning chores, carrying out the maybe a little bit more than a normal person would be asked to do is our friend Bastion. Please introduce us to Oddwood.
Yeah, Oddwood is a strange-looking individual. He is wearing kind of very typical-looking carny garb, very clearly just kind of hand-me-downs from other people in the carnival, and he is covered in scars that have this sort of black, inky, tarry substance that's kind of peeks through the bigger scars that never quite seem to heal. And he's definitely, he's kind of a pushover, and the other carnies tend to take advantage of that, and he's here doing basically any chore anyone asks him to do, and has been for the past couple hours. And he's with the slop being made for the morning, he's just helping to get some crates of vegetables. And oh, I wonder what's on the menu today. I bet it's slop again. So he takes the carrots and onions and whatnot and brings them over to the cook.
Why are you excited about slop?
Oh, well, any day I get food is a good day, right?
I don't know how I attached myself to the most pathetic fucking body I could. But here we are.
Oh, you don't have to be like that, Ink. Come on. You like food, too.
If it was possible to kill myself in this hellscape, I would do it.
Oh, it would kill the both of us, wouldn't it?
And then we'd just fucking come back, and knowing my luck, I'd get stuck with you again.
Oh, come on. It's not so bad.
I guess it could be worse.
There you go.
At this point, by the way, that 90% of that happens in Oddwood's head. Maybe a word or two slips out to.
I think Oddwood absolutely speaks out loud what he's saying, even if Ink's voice is in his head.
His voice is in his head. Okay. Then that's the perfect segue to the ringmaster, Sergey. See, guys, I can come up with names. Sergey coming up to you, and he looks pissed. But he kind of always looks pissed, so you just you don't really think anything of it. Oddwood.
Yes?
Where's the firewood I asked you to get for me?
Oh, well, I gathered it and what did I do with it? I set it down because I had to pick up the vegetables.
What vegetables?
These vegetables.
What? Who told you to get?
There's something wrong with vegetables?
If your weird, freaky little limbs didn't draw in so much money, I would leave you on the side of the road after telling you to go snipe hunting in the forest.
Oh, thank you.
And you, I can't even get the satisfaction of an insult.
Oh, I'm sorry. How would you like me to respond?
Mostly I want you to get my fucking firewood and get to my tent.
Oddwood just like in the middle of the carnival sets down the
stop,
vegetables.
Stop. Okay. This is my fault. I have the expectations. Oddwood, finish what you're doing with the vegetables. Get the firewood, get it to my tent. After that, ask Lady Patience if it would please her if I could have a moment with her in my tent. Okay?
Sure thing, boss.
Thank you. And then he storms away. And as we follow Oddwood away from the encounter with his boss, we'll shoot off to the side to a smaller collection of tents that look much more mobile, that look like they move around a little bit more. Not as thick canvas, maybe, and the horses look a little lighter, like they don't carry heavier loads. And if Sarah would introduce us to Cruntle.
Yes, Cruntle is a stodgy little deep gnome. He's got gray skin like others of his race. He's got a gray, bristly beard and little pot belly. And he wears expensive clothes, an expensive looking cloak. And I think he's sleeping, and his shadow wakes up first, and it stands up, looks around, and then kicks Crunchel awake. At which point he grunts, rolls over. What do you think you're doing trying to wake me up? Oh, it's morning, isn't it? Fuck. And he pushes himself up, stretches, pops a bunch of joints that really shouldn't pop, and looks around this sort of bare tent that he has paid his way into, and sort of pokes his head out the flap of the tent to see what's going on and if he can take advantage of anything that's going on.
Yeah, so on Cruntle's journey through the few domains that he's been in, this is by far the nicest place. It's the biggest population center you've probably seen, and it is like far and away the architecture. There's actual cobblestone streets. Like I said, lamplit posts. There's all the signs of an actual thriving society, which you, not being from the lands of Barovia, are more in tune with and recognize as a thriving population. What does Cruntle do with his morning?
Well, first thing he probably notices Oddwood doing his chores and doing other people's chores, and so he's going to sort of slink around and watch, because he doesn't have a job to do. He's paid to be here, so he's a guest. So he's going to slink around and watch what's going on for a while and see if anyone is taking advantage of Oddwood, because he doesn't like that when people take advantage of Oddwood. It's very not nice, and so he likes to be very not nice to people that are very not nice to Oddwood.
Yeah, I think in that case you see someone walk up to Oddwood, and another person. Go ahead, Bastion. Let's do our first roll of
Ooh.
the campaign.
Okay.
Roll me a perception check.
A perception check.
Yeah.
That is a 22.
Ooh, tough to beat. Okay, you see, in addition to the person approaching you, there are these twins. They have like a disappearing man act in the carnival, where they one falls through a trapdoor and the other one pops up in the audience, and it's a whole thing. I definitely didn't rip that off the Prestige.
It's very exciting in a world where teleportation magic exists.
Yeah.
Yes. Oddwood doesn't know that though. You see, so these twins, one approaches you and you kind of feel more than see, and then maybe out of the corner of your eye, see another one comes behind you and gets on his hands and knees. And then the first twin, whose name is Ivan, says, "Oddwood, what a delightful morning on this waning crescent. What are you doing today?"
Oh, you know, just a little bit of this and that. Right now I'm trying to get this wood to the ringmaster.
Oh, it would be a shame if you trip and fell. And he just
That would
pushes
be a
you
shame.
over. And he just pushes you over his brother. It's the smallest, meanest of tricks.
Ah! Wood
Kruntel,
flies up in the air completely comedically like a cartoon.
Kruntel, this looks like the way that everybody went about it. Like, one, you could see... You actually... Sarah, roll me a perception check as well.
For sure.
Or actually, roll me an insight check. You
Insight?
saw
Okay.
everything happen. Yeah.
12.
A version of this happens every day. There's some sort of like schoolyard bullying that these mentally deficient men just get off on, just straight up bullying Oddwood. You don't know if they're trying to find the limit and see when he'll fight back, or if this is just pure entertainment and they do something like this. You've probably caught them before, maybe like giving him a wedgie or something like that, or making him move a pile of rocks. Like one time he told you about how he moved a pile of rocks all the way across the camp for the first half of the morning, and then the second half of the morning he moved them to the other half.
It turns out it didn't look as good on that side of the camp after all.
All right. Well, Kruntel is not going to help Oddwood up. He's going to watch and wait. And then after Oddwood has moved off and the twins are going about their business, Kruntel is going to send silent whispers through the air to haunt one of them, as seeing make them think that their twin is talking to them and get them to ask the other one what's going on and confuse each one of them until finally he comes up behind them and his shadow stretches out in front of them, and his shadow has a knife. He doesn't have a knife. Shadow has a knife.
Yeah, I think you followed them into their tent. They maybe got their slop and went back into their tent. And you've heard at the tent window door them just kind of bickering, and I never said that about you. Why would I say that? If I said you're ugly, I say I'm ugly. What are you talking about? And as the knife appears, let me roll. I guess there's two of them, right? Perfect. One just starts screaming. In Barovia, the idea of a shadow coming into your tent to murder you is not a surprise, more of an inevitability. And the other runs, absolutely books it out of the tent. There's food everywhere, and the other is just on their knees praying, crying, "Please, please don't! I won't! I won't ever do it! Whatever you need, I will stop. Please."
And in the air around him just whispers, Oddwood. Oddwood.
What do you want me to kill him? He's the only form of entertainment.
You will serve him.
What? Are you sure?
The knife raises.
Okay. I will serve Oddwood. I will serve him. I will protect him. I will protect him?
Yes.
Okay. Please, spirits of Barovia, leave me alone.
And the shadow backs away, shrinks.
I never should have had sex with that tiefling in that church. And then he goes about his day. And from there, speaking of churches, we go to the heart of Porto Lucine in a tavern. And in the upstairs, still asleep, because even after 18 months or so of their new life, it's hard to shake that nocturnal bug, particularly in a land that goes from gray to moonlight in its cycles. And the waning crescent moon has set maybe an hour or two ago. And Laura, tell us what Mavic is dreaming of.
Mavic is dreaming of just, I think honestly, Mavic is dreaming of the wild, of being out in nature, especially as she's stuck here with humanity. And
Yeah, this is
the more and more.
This is, you've been to a lot of different places now, a lot of domains of dread, hitched a lot of rides all over the lands of Barovia. This is probably the most ornate and beautiful city in Barovia. One of the biggest populations. This is about as far different than from where you came from.
Yeah, she finds humans fascinating. In these 18 months of her new life, she has really taken quite an interest, but she's feeling very hemmed in by it all right now. So yeah, I think she's just dreaming of running with no one else around in nature, the sky filled with stars.
Yeah. I think you're
Just
running
free.
through an open canopy sort of forest, right? Not a densely packed one, but one that's sort of at the edge of like a mountain range, right? Where it's a little less packed, and you could see stars and the moon sort of peek through here and there, and you're feeling the air flow through your flow on your skin, and you've gone like full, not quite feral, but full free, right? You're on all fours, just coming, and you come up onto this glade and a lake.
In the dream, do I recognize the lake?
You absolutely recognize the lake.
I think I crouch. If I'm on, like, I go into like a crouched, and I crawl forward,
The moon
looking
is
around.
reflecting directly off that lake. It looks like a mirror image of the sky. You're thirsty. The water looks good.
Yeah, I think I just go down and to the edge and watching around still, a little bit skittish, and then just reach down and dip my hands into the water and bring it to my face and just drink deeply, just dripping down and just so fresh, so fucking fresh. I love this. It's just
In the deep and peaceful silence, cuts a and it's startling, right? Because it went from a very quiet to a loud squawk of a crow. Do you turn and look at it?
yeah.
It's
I
huge.
go fully standing. I'm
Yeah.
like fully standing now, looking over.
It's just looking at you, and then it flies away over your head, over the lake, uh, towards the range.
Oh.
And what's your passive? 1 second, sorry.
Perception or insight?
Yeah, perception. I got it. Yeah, roll a perception check for me.
Okay. Nah, it's not good. Hold on. 9.
So before you, without warning, before you could see it or hear it, you feel large claws dig into your chest as something has emerged from the water, and it is trying to pin you down. Roll a strength check,
Okay.
or sorry, an athletics check for me.
Okay. That is a 13.
Okay, yeah, it's got you down, and it's fully covered the moon, so you can't see anything, and you are completely pinned. And you hear growling, and you see yellow eyes, and that's it. And you feel the heat coming from its nostrils, and you feel these claws digging into your shoulders. And then as it raises up in the it turns and pulls its claw back to come back down on you. It's you. Bigger, fiercer, more deranged. And as that claw comes back down, you wake up. A familiar dream.
Fuck. Yeah, I just jerk up, sweating, just. Okay. I know. Okay.
So you've been in Port de Lucine for, let's call it like a week or so. You've managed to help the local underprivileged community. Port de Lucine is not your normal stop. You typically help those who don't have access to magic or means to cure themselves, typically offering your services for little to nothing. If anything, only to cover the costs of your travel and the components of some of the more difficult spells there are to pull off. But you've managed to find a few, like a washerwoman's daughter who had a fever, that she couldn't kick, and mend the bones of a blacksmith apprentice who smashed his hand and was going to be out of work. Um, but you're thinking it might be time to giddy up on out of here.
Yes.
What does Mavic do with their morning?
I think, well, she gathers herself, and in reaction to that dream of feeling free and then that reminder of what she once was, she buttons up. She wears more masculine clothing, but she tries to cover as much of her monstrous skin as she can. And she makes sure that her hair is braided and clean and put back and very put together. Takes a deep breath. And then she goes downstairs to um, have a bite, or, to see what there is to see. And uh, yeah, see what the news is. See if anybody else has come in looking for her services, or just what else is happening in the area now.
Yeah, I think if you want to see that, a town like Porto Lucine, you can either sort of just sit in the bar area of the tavern, if you want, or a town like Porto Lucine would have like a bulletin board,
Okay.
with like a crier next to it, giving right, a little boy that's just there screaming out the
I
big
think
happenings.
I think after she has like a little bite to eat, and like some coffee or whatever fancy, all I can think of is New Orleans now, and some beignets and some good old Cafe du
Some
Monde coffee.
some pain du chocolat.
But so once she has her breakfast, she'll head out into the city and go to that bulletin board, and also just to kind of like get the vibe of all of this place, of humanity around her. So she'll head to that little, she'll nod to the little boy, just be like looking at the
Yeah,
bulletin board.
roll. What do I want to call this? Roll a perception check.
Perception. Got
Yeah, I'll call it that. Let's see how much you're paying attention to what it says.
it. I'm not paying attention. It's not happening. 8. It's just, there's
Uh,
just so much.
He's talking about some like rich asshole whose like husband died or something. The carnival's in town, and there's rumors. There's warnings for kids that kids are going missing, but nothing seems very sadly sort of par for the course in Barovia. It actually seems a lot less dour. The idea that like some sort of aristocrats, not aristocrat, aristocrats, some sort of
Everybody.
no, I'm just picturing a little fat white cat doing a little saucy dance. Some aristocrats' husband dying is like important enough to be town crier. Like, these people are living good, right? There's no like major plague. There's no string of like bloodies in the street. And that's kind of what you see on the bulletin board. You see one person who you've already followed up this lead is asking for an exorcism of their house and that they're haunted by ghosts, but you know that it's not a ghost. It's their it's the woman that he cheated on his husband. This man cheated on his wife, and it's this woman who just like won't leave their house alone and is doing stuff like lighting his clothes on fire and putting words and blood on the windows and crazy stuff like that. There's also Just like general, there's more general like, hey, we have 4 cords of wood and we need them chopped. It seems like there's a lot of need for manual labor, but not a lot of people willing to do it. And that's more what you find here than anything.
Okay.
Okay, roll now. Give me an insight check.
Okay. I'm good at that.
I
Don't screw me over. 14. Not good.
Good enough. You know who might need help or would be more in tune with what this seems like? This is more for people who don't need your help.
Mm-hmm.
This is more of a notice board for rich people to get manual labor or problem solved that they just generally don't want to do themselves. But I think you're smart enough to know and have had a few other cases that the carnival always has people in need of help.
Ugh.
That often being in the carnival is a form of exploitation. And many would rather not be if they could be cured of the ails.
Yeah. Well, to the tents I go, I guess. Yeah. And she makes her way. I'm sure like on the board somewhere it's like it's out in this field or wherever. Like
Yeah, it says 1 hour after moonrise on the east end of the city.
yeah. So I think she'll head that way just to yeah. But like in kind of a taking in the
Yeah,
sights, she'll just kind of
yeah.
wander that way and see what else.
As
Yeah.
you take in the sights, we'll pan away, go over your shoulder, and head back to Lady Patience' tent. And what is Patience is one of the few people in the carnival who doesn't really have chores. Um, maybe they do some stuff. They try to help out when they can. But that's I think Patience's life growing up has been without chores. So why would she think that her being a part of the carnival would be? So how does Patience spend her morning?
She's taken her delicate time to make sure she is presentable, wiping the lipstick that's collected on her fang away. Appreciative of the blush of life that her Dampierre heritage affords her versus just being cold. And I think she's sitting and writing in her journal musings of the evening she just spent away from the carnival. Just going over every little detail that she had seen. At some point, she takes out over her bag and she just starts looking at the things that she had collected last night, pulling out an old deck of cards that's covered in worn cloth and opening it and just like smelling it to reminisce about the person who had owned it and putting that aside, and then just sort of putting everything out in front of her and just like looking at it. Raven, I have no idea what any of it means, and it is deeply frustrating.
Roll an investigation check for me, and pick something you want to focus on.
I'm going to focus on the letter and the casing the letter came in.
So the second letter you found.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Whew. That's good. That's an 18.
This casing, this stake of wood, is what it is, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You've never seen this wood before. Never seen anything like it. It looks at first you thought it was ornamental, and you realize that it's an ebony wood that is incredibly hard, and it looks almost what's the word I'm looking for? It it looks like oddwood, like almost like it's there's sort of veins going through it, or what appears to be veins is these like almost cracks, but again it's like dense and hard as can be. But it looks like one of those things where if it was hit in the wrong spot, it would fall to like a million pieces. And the letter doesn't really give you anything other than, there's the name Madame Ava. I will say this, it doesn't seem like it's in a desperate tone, and it doesn't seem like it was written in like a scared tone. It seems like something that's been, knowing your father, it was probably there for years.
Okay. Well,
And while you are focusing on this odd wood, you hear your bone chime sound as another odd wood comes in.
Hello? There's not anywhere to knock. Are you home?
come on in, Oddwood.
Oh, hello, Lady Patience. How are you this morning?
Oh, and she does a collection of her face. I'm doing just fine. How are you, friend?
Oh, wonderful. They had the best slop today. We had extra carrots, so it was very filling.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Would you like some tea?
Oh, certainly.
Great, and she'll hand you a cup of tea with, like, the loose leaves in the bottom. Sit. Actually, I have something that perhaps you can look at for me.
Oh?
And she'll present the odd wood she has just been looking at to you. This, I don't know why, but reminds me a bit of you. I know you are often working with wood. Have you seen anything like this before?
Well, have I seen anything like this before? Should I roll for it?
Roll a history check.
All right.
Let's see how good. Go ahead.
It's an 18.
Yeah, go ahead and roll at advantage because you went to school.
All right.
I'll give you that.
I went to school. Nope, I'm going to stick with the 18 and not the nat 1.
Oh.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. We'll take the 18. That's at 18 total, not on the die.
Yeah, 18 total.
It looks really familiar, but this looks like it's been like something. This looks damaged, but it looks like if it was made from a similar wood you've seen a lot of, and a lot of the furniture at the college and a lot of the stuff in that region is where this wood is from.
Well,
It's a very hard wood and it's very dense, and you've pretty much only seen it there. So you think it might be like a regional thing or something.
Well, it's a little bit damaged. But you knew that. I'm saying things you know. I'm sorry.
No. I like your observations. It leads you down a path to an answer. It's lovely.
Thank you. You're always so uplifting. It's when I was in Ludendorff, the furniture, they made it with a very similar type of wood. It's it's a hardwood. It's good for things that you want to last for a long time.
Ludendorff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know what that is.
It's in the domain of Lamordia. We pass by it sometimes.
Oh, I don't think I left the carnival there. Very well, thank you.
Certainly.
You're always
Oh.
so helpful. Oh, yes.
The ringmaster, Sergei, he wanted to talk to you if you had the time.
Sergei. All right. Well, I've got the time now. Would you care to walk with me?
Oh, I would love to.
Lovely.
Okay. You head into Sergei's office. Sorry. Tent. Sergei is one of the only other people who has his own tent. There are 3 people who have a tent to themselves. Patience, Sergei, and the owner of the carnival, the vampire mistress that nobody ever really sees too much of, but they pretty much maybe aren't even sure is always with them. But yeah, you come in
Yes.
to his tent, and Sergei says, and it's, Oddwood can't put this together yet, but it's almost like a different person comes to greet you, Patience. And Sergei bows his head and says, "My lady, words cannot express the profound sadness when I heard your father Thomas, a a wonderful man of great reputation, has departed us. If there is anything I can do for you, please let me know."
Firstly, Sergei, I was rather short with you yesterday. I am a bit surprised you've heard already that my father's passed. I merely found out last night. Had you heard word before?
No. It's,
May I
I
roll
mean,
an insight on that?
yeah.
Thank you. 18.
No, he's not lying. No, uh, he's not lying because you think he wouldn't dare lie to you.
Very good.
No. Well, your mother is, is such a powerful figurehead, and I don't. It's just kind of, it's out there now. I just, uh, th- I would never. It's not. I don't, and I wouldn't hide
Sergei,
it.
Sergei, it's quite all right. Thank you.
You
I
see him just like take a big sigh.
I did mention to my mother that you had been such a great help to me lately, and she's quite pleased with all the good work you're doing for me. Was there? You asked for me to come here. Is there something you'd like to discuss?
Yes. In addition to uh, anything you could need, um, the myself and the lady Lucien, who that's the owner of the carnival. Um,
Mhm.
Sorry, I know I changed that name, but I like this one better. Uh, has wanted to offer you any time away from the carnival you need to stay with your mother, or grieve, or any. There's no expectation. Obviously, you could come and go anytime, but if you wanted to maybe just leave for a little time and come back, um, whatever, we understand. We understand.
That is very kind of you both. May I think on that?
Of
I'd
course, of course.
quite been planning on throwing myself into my work, but it is good to know it is an option. And she'll place a soft hand on his forearm and a gentle pat. Thank you, dearly. I appreciate all you do. Oh, is that all?
Unless you have something for me.
Not currently. Oddwood, shall we?
Oh, actually, I needed Oddwood for just a moment.
For what?
I just need him to escort you. It's all right.
Thank you. Very kind. Oddwood, what would you like to do today?
Oh, well, I suppose I hadn't thought about what I wanted to do. I think it was nice to spend time with you. I wouldn't mind spending some time with you. Maybe hang out with Slippy.
Slippy.
Oh, my partner.
Correct, okay. Yes, let's hang out with Slippy. For a stroll, then.
For a stroll.
Wonderful. And I think we just take a nice little leisurely walk around the carnival.
Okay. Kruntle, you are eating breakfast with the other, let's call them, they're not really guests, right? This is in a hotel. They're hangers-on, those who've hitched a ride with this carnival offshoot. It's you and a half-orc with a big battle axe on his back. His name's Ragnar. A human sorcerer named Atticus, and a and a tiefling. Sorry, you don't know it's a sorcerer. It's some sort of magic caster. So they have a staff, and they have ironically a robe, much like yours, that is very typically over their head. Sorry, and a tiefling with in full armor, in like full plate, and it's a big mace on the back,
What's the
or hanging
tiefling
from the
say?
side. Sorry. Jeez. Sorry.
Does the tiefling have a name?
Oh, Allie. Short for Alexandra. But she doesn't like to go by her full name.
All right.
Yeah. So you're sitting at breakfast, and Vlad comes up. Vlad is he sort of runs this offshoot. He's the sort of operations manager for the part of the carnival that picked you guys up outside of Barovia.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of the domains of dread. And this group of 3 people here was with them before you were, and they've been very, very cagey about what they're here for.
Mm.
And they're just kind of enjoying their breakfast, and Vlad comes up and he says, "Oi, yous, this is the end of the line. Any more traveling with the carnival and you got to pay up more, or if you got other talents, you can take it up with Lucine or Sergei, and they'll be able to help you out if that's what you're looking for. Otherwise, you get about 24 hours to figure something out."
It's all right, boys. I always knew this was my stop. Anyone for a game of cards?
Ragnar says,
I would love to play cards, but I don't know how to read.
It's all right, Ragnar. I'll teach you. I'll show you the way.
at
You
this
got any
point,
money?
at this point, Allie cuts in and says, "Now, Ragnar, I've offered to teach you how to read for 3 years now. If you let this stranger, no offense, Kruntle, teach you, I'm going to be very offended."
Don't need to know how to read to cut a man in half.
Uh, Atticus is silent still. It's just slop. Uh, Besides, I'm only I'm already worried enough about what the cards have to say for us from Madame Ava. And you see Allie hit Ragnar hard on the arm
Mm,
and give him a look. Roll an insight check.
absolutely. Ooh, 9.
I don't know. Maybe it was another woman. Maybe Allie's jealous. That's what it is. Allie wants to sleep with Ragnar. She has a half orc fetish, and that's what you think. That's what you think this is. That Madame Ava is like some sort of other woman. Yeah. After that, Atticus gets up and says, "Oh, I'm so sick of this petulance, this childishness. We need to get out of here," and storms away.
What bit his ass?
Don't know. Don't care. He's always been a bit of a prick, but
Mm.
that that staff he's got is fucking wild. It's crazy things, and ever since we got here, crazier things.
Well,
What you, So where are you headed?
I'm going to explore Barovia is what I'm going to do.
Oh yeah, what you looking for? Yeah, Kruntel. What brings you to Barovia?
As he talks, he starts shuffling cards and dealing them out. Well, I'm here to find someone who can help me with a very specific medical condition. Yeah, it's your deal.
And then Ragnar gives everyone a different amount of cards each.
I'll roll with it. Do I have more or less cards?
You have more. He's trying to be accommodating.
Oh, okay.
He's an idiot. He's not mean. Sorry. What did you say? What's your deal?
Hmm?
Did you ask something?
No.
Oh. What medical condition? What kind of medical condition?
Well, that's private, isn't it? Between me and my doctors.
Allie. At this point, Allie brightens up and says, "I'm something of a doctor. I can help with some medical stuff. I heal people."
Oh, that's great. I raise.
I call.
All right. I have been cheating terribly and stealing directly from the deck with my invisible mage hand.
Okay. Roll a d20 at advantage.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, sleight of hand plus proficiency.
28.
Yeah. Yeah. You win the pot, which is let's call it like 7 silvers.
Okay.
Um. Oh wait, actually, let me roll for Ragnar too. I just rolled for
Okay.
Allie. Nope, not even close to 28. Yeah. Ragnar just looks kind of sad now. Allie says, "If you want, I can. I have some restoration, some spells I could cast on you that could maybe help."
I think it's going to take something more than you've got.
Yeah,
I need
but
an
if it doesn't
expert.
work, you're in the same spot you started in.
What do you know about shadows, love?
I they're caused by light.
That's what I hear too. But mine's caused by itself.
It's caused. How could a thing cause its own self? Is it a curse? Are you cursed? I have something for curses.
Oh yeah? Well, maybe
Yeah.
that'll work then.
Okay,
And
give me your hands.
I give her my hands. My shadow does not give it. It like holds its hands out.
Come on, Shadow. Okay, you don't need to participate. We're just gonna kick you out anyways. Um, and then she takes a symbol out that looks like a sun, a bright sun, and she says, "Okay, say a prayer to the Lord." And you see a bright light emanate from the shadow. Your body is filled with warmth. That warmth and this light sort of emanates up your hands, and it starts to like fill your body, and you feel a stretching in your soul. And then roll a Constitution check for me, please.
Yeah. Constitution check.
Yeah.
18.
The shadow punches Allie right in the face, and you almost throw up from the sensation that you felt. You felt like as the light immediately drains, and you feel like nauseous now. Feel very feel sick.
I don't think it worked. I don't think it worked at all.
Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I told you, love.
She
It's
runs
going to
away
take
too.
someone tougher than you.
Yeah, she ran away. Ragnar is currently taking one of his giant, thick orc hairs and trying to cut it in half over his axe. And when it doesn't work, he is just sharpening it. So, that woman don't know how to stay out of things. But hey, can you keep a secret?
Of course I lie.
Roll a persuasion check.
Content.
12.
Hey, he believes you. Probably. Um, Look, we're headed off to the pools of Seer to see a Madame Ava.
Madam Ava, is that your girlfriend?
Shut up. We got a little bit of a mission of our own. Trying
You're on
to
a
get them.
mission?
Yeah. It's like a bigger curse in this whole fucking place. Yeah. So, word is that we heard from the outside that Madame Ava's got the answers. So head
Maybe
over
I
to
should.
pools of Seer. Yeah, I mean, nobody fucking listens to what I say. Atticus is, he's a right prick. He's a big old cunt. So I can't really convince him of anything. He's just always very distrustful. But so maybe just like follow, and maybe if we're far enough in the mists, uh, he'll be like, "Oh, we can't leave you alone in the forest, and you can like hitch a ride with us."
Could do that. I could do that right good. Yeah, follow you to Madam Eva and see what she can do for me.
Yeah.
Along the way, we can see what I can do for you.
Yeah, maybe you could teach me how to play cards.
Oh, you bet I can. How much money you got, Ragnar?
Oh, I got like, and he pulls out a big sack. Well, this is more like the group's gold, and I think there's like maybe 200 pieces in here, and then in there is another bag that's got maybe like 50 pieces of platinum.
All right. Well, that might be enough for
But then there's
learning.
also this bag of gems that is like an assortment of gems. But then there's this other bag, and he pulls out another bag. He's holding 4 big bags. He's got this other bag. He's like, and then this bag of gems, this one's more for Ellie's spells and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've died like
Oh,
10 times. Ellie's the best. That was kind of crazy that your shadow kicked your ass.
well, it seems like you've got enough money to learn to play cards, so that's good.
Yeah, yeah. And he puts the gold back in his pouches. So, all right, I'm going to take a nap now.
Right.
And then he immediately leans next to the tree and falls asleep.
Nice.
Okay. We move into the late afternoon. Or, oh, sorry. Actually, I can't not avoid this. Let's introduce our audience to Oddwood's partner. Can you describe Oddwood's partner for us, please, Bastion?
Yeah, Oddwood's partner is Slippy the Slime. They're a non-binary slime that partners with Oddwood for his contortionist act. And so the two of them have been working together kind of since Oddwood joined, and he helped bring their act like kind of to the next level and make it one of the kind of the big headliner shows. And recently they have also started to get romantically involved, but they're not defining it yet. They're just kind of letting it be amorphous.
Like Slippy.
Exactly. But Slippy has been with the carnival for a while and is kind of one of the what would be considered one of the old guard. But there's a little bit of tension from her or from them. Sorry, from them being upgraded from a sideshow act to like kind of head stage. But when Oddwood does get a little bit of free time, he's either with them or with patients.
Yeah, so I think you guys share a tent together, and it's time for afternoon tea. Oh, Lady Patience, I am so sorry to hear about your father. I cannot imagine uh, being having such a tragic thing happen to me.
It was quite awful. Thank you for your condolences.
Yes, yes, yes. How do you like your tea again? I always forget.
With the loose leaves in the bottom.
Yes.
Oh, yes, yes, that's right, that's right. And she gets out her thing and she gets going. And what is it? Is sugars or cream?
Just black is fine, thank you.
Mm.
And Slippy, how have you been doing?
Oh, it's been awful. The trappings of success. And she steps over and puts a hand on Oddwood's shoulder. It's just so difficult being one of the main attractions around. The jealousy, the rumors, the rudeness. It's just so much. But it's all worth it when we see those smiling faces out in the crowd. Isn't it, my Oddwood? And she sort of like cups your face at this point.
Yeah. And Oddwood like places his hand on theirs. Says, oh, any moment I get to spend with you is worth it. That's not so
And
bad.
how-
I mean, they play some tricks on us sometimes, but you just gotta let it run off your back like water.
You don't. If you water breaks stuff down, it creates mold. What you really gotta stand up for yourself, Oddwood. Please.
You know, on this we agree, Slippy. On this we agree.
Yes. And how is the fortunes of the citizens of Barovia?
Quite fortunate, wouldn't you believe?
That I would say is very hard to believe.
Mm,
That
Well-
the fortunes of people in this land are fortunate. Have you? Yes.
We're not. Slippy, I know that you know that this is a carnival and this is a show. We are offering people what they want at a carnival for entertainment.
Yes. I guess inherently the suspension of disbelief is necessary for certain attractions.
Yes, because a contortionist show with a slime is so actually very lovely.
The ticket revenue would say so, actually.
You know, Oddwood, this is lovely tea. Did you pick it?
Me? Oh, no, I don't really pick the food or drinks that... I don't pick most of the things that I have, now that I think about it.
I see.
But thank you. It is my favorite.
I'm glad to hear it.
Oddwood is more of a consumer and an enjoyer of life. And he needs someone strong who will curate a wonderful life for him.
Yes, I
With
would
good-
agree.
With a good taste.
Oh, Lady Patience has great taste. Have you seen her tint? It's all
Oh,
spooky.
yes. It's very aesthetic, very... Ooh.
I do like to introduce people to new experiences to see what they choose to like.
Oh, look at that. My tea's done. Would you like to do a reading?
Yes, please, allow me. Oh. Make sure your stage is not wet lest you slip. Not all fortunes are good, I suppose.
I'll make sure to dry the stage extra good next time.
Thank you,
You are-
Oddwood.
Very kind.
Oddwood, you hear in your head, holy shit. These bitches are about to fuck each other up.
Oddwood responds in his head this time. What do you mean?
Oh my god. You have eyeballs, but you can't read.
Well, I got eyeball.
Well, yeah, fair enough. No, I don't know. Hey, kid, you ever heard of the 3Fs? Fuck, fight, or flee?
No.
These girls are about to do one of those, and I don't think they're gonna fuck, and I don't think anybody's running out of this tent.
But why would they fight? We're having a lovely tea. And a
I
great
live
conversation
inside-
about
I
taste.
live inside this head with you, and I'm still trying to figure out what they're fighting over. Anyways, I've told you from the beginning, don't trust that lady Patience. You better watch out for Plasma. That was very clearly a threat you don't understand. Slippy, yeah, whatever.
Hey, Patience. I keep hearing about your dad.
I'm not quite prepared to talk about it, if I'm being perfectly honest.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no need to be. You would have... Actually, he would have adored you.
Oh.
A bit of a comic, he was. I think I might go. Maybe. I wouldn't want to intrude on your afternoon with your paramour.
Ooh, yes. What a lovely sense of self-awareness. And
Someone needs to have it.
Well,
Edward,
it was
a
great hanging
lovely
out with you.
pleasure. I would agree. Yes, it was wonderful spending the morning with you. Slippy?
always
Thanks
a
again.
pleasure.
Au revoir.
Okay. Au revoir.
Yes.
Yeah, I loved that. Making Oddwood this weird little, unbeknownst, the center of a weird triangle is.
I want to be clear to like the viewers. Oddwood is the smartest person in this group. Intelligence wise, Oddwood has like an 18 intelligence.
Also,
Sense of,
I don't have
awareness?
enough healing. I don't have enough healing for all the burn damage that just happened.
Yeah. Also, to be clear to the viewers, Patience, as far as I understand it, doesn't have any romantic interest in Oddwood.
None.
Yeah, Slippy is just jealous for no reason, just threatened.
That's the way it is here in the mists.
In the mist, you got to fight for your prey. Okay.
Must be odd to be a slime in a mist. Anyway.
That does sound. Oh. So now I'm like imagining slimy mist that you walk through it and your body just feels.
Now
Sorry.
you're being racist.
Yellow.
Disgusting. Yellow zone. And with that, we will take a break.
Hell yeah.
Don't stop recording.
And with that, we turn back to our wonderful little happy go, not a monster, just a healer, hobgoblin Mavic. As you trundle down the road, the not sun, but the weird gray light begins to dim in the port. Port de Lucine is pretty big. It took you a while to get here. Stopped for lunch. Had to help some miscreants, some street rats that were getting held up by the local barristers, or not barristers, local police force. Helped them get away. But yeah, you come towards the carnival and you see the lights. You see the tents are way off to one side, and there are bigger, more colorful tents that light is sort of brimming from. There's you see often what looks like a spout of fire comes up for a second. There's just all assortment of people and the smell of treats, baked pies, and maybe some sweets in the air. And you see a couple of teenagers running off towards the woods. What are you looking for? What are you doing?
I think I'm gonna look for somebody that looks like they work like for the carnival as as a greeter or as something to like get money. First off, because I want to give my coin whatever to the carnival because I want to be supportive, but also to say like, hi, I'm a healer. Is there anybody that is in need of?
Uh, yeah, you come up to the ticketeer, and it's a human woman, young, very attractive, very like hostess at a high end restaurant energy.
Mhm.
Um, she says, "Hello, that'll be 2 silver for entry, and any other attraction you'd like to see up close has its own fee, uh, own box at the front where you can drop in the till."
Yes, of course. Here's my silver. Um,
Thank you.
Also, um, not to be too forward, but I am a healer.
No, I don't go home with any of the guests.
No, 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 no,
No,
no, no.
especially not hobgoblin. I'm not
I
for
don't.
sale.
I don't
I
know. I am a
don't.
healer, and if anyone is in
Oh,
need of service, I am here. At
I'm sorry.
no cost.
You understand how it is.
I don't actually. I don't understand. But okay, you
Being
would
a
let
woman in
somebody finish a
Barovia
sentence.
is difficult.
I know,
Uh,
but that I do understand. I just don't understand why you would not let me finish a sentence. But anyway, if anyone needs healing,
there's no. We have our own stuff, but there is like this. If you know, like advanced stuff, there's this little weirdo. Um, he's just like kind of always broken. He looks like It looks like you dropped a pot on the floor and then you picked it all up and you glued it back together. And maybe there was like one or two extra pieces that you were like, oh, where did these? I guess they don't. I guess they don't go in anymore. And that's just kind of what it
hmm,
looks like.
this this is very
Yeah,
interesting.
we call him Odd Weird.
Is that his name?
No, it's Oddwood, but
Well,
he's
that
like so. But the person who coined the phrase said he's so weird we should say it twice. So he's odd weird. It's like the opposite of a
you
double entendre. It's like you just like pound it in. It's a
you are
hat on top of a
very
hat.
you're very mean. I no, I don't like you. All right, where can I find this Oddwood?
You can fuck off. Bye. Thank you. That'll
All
be
right.
2 silver. She's already doing this.
Yeah. She's like kind of talking to herself. She's like, well, I hope the Fire Wanderer, he will not protect you, and you deserve it. All right, let's go.
Uh, Bastion, what is so Oddwood is one of the main attractions.
Yeah.
So center tent, but they you don't really come on until the end of the night. They people come to see the weirdos do this Renaissance magical version of Cirque du Soleil. Um, they come for you, so they want to get people to this other stuff before to patients and to others. Um, to tick and tack, right? The silver on top. So what is Oddwood doing in his? Is he in like the green room, waiting to
Yeah.
perform? Does he walk amongst the people to like shirtless, purposely, or like in like an open vest? Do you think Sergey would have probably told you need to do that, and then Patience said he should wear what he wants, and you kind of get to do what you want. So how does Oddwood play it?
Yeah, I think Oddwood, absolutely shirtless, showing off his horrifying disfigured body. But not because he like wants to show it off, just because like that's what he wears for the show. Because the less clothes he wears, the more crazy contortionist stuff he does. Because the main limit is the clothing.
Yeah.
And I think he gets a lot of joy from like interacting with the people from like around. So he spends the part before, like the early part of the show, he'll be like wandering the crowd, kind of talking to people, learning about this area, and then like probably like 15 minutes before he has to go on, he'll go in the back and do like his further warm-ups with Slippy before getting on stage.
Yeah. Okay. So Mavic, roll me a perception check, and Oddwood, roll a performance.
Yeah.
With proficiency, if you're not already.
I am not actually.
Yeah. So good at add your proficiency, because you do this every night. You're trying to be seen. You're trying to be noticeable. And you see 5.
That is.
Why are you making this hard on me? I'm already DMing for the first time in front of the internet.
It is the DM curse that your dice are shit. I truly have cursed dice. All of them. None of them. I've rolled a different dice every single time. I'm very distracted. There's so many people.
Bastion, what
that
was yours?
bitch.
That's a 12 on my performance.
Great. Good, yeah.
that bitch. She pissed me off.
Mavic, you're upset. You feel the blood rush out of your head. You feel what little hair you have on your body sort of hackle up. You need to relax. You go find the beer tent.
Yes. This I will do. This I can do. All right. Yes. Drink first.
Okay. You sit at it's a sort of picnic tabling, right? Mm-hmm. It's like that long bars. Like those are the tables that they are easiest, right? Because they can take the planks of wood, lay them out, boom, and it's just like long tables. At the end of this table is a group of people that you've seen people like this individually, and you've never seen 3 this powerful together. Yeah, roll an insight check.
Okay, different dice.
You got it. You can do it.
Insight?
Yes.
Okay. God, come on. Oh, no. I mean, it's better than what I just rolled, but 13.
That's good enough.
Okay.
These people are dangerous. They are not dangerous as in they present a clear and present danger to those around them. They are dangerous in that if things were to happen, they would be the ones who walked away, and others would not.
Mm.
You've seen other individuals like this sometimes have connected with others who are very powerful individually, and this is these 3 people are the most powerful people you've met in a group in your times outside of the forest, outside of Mother's Gaze. And would you rolled a 12?
13.
13. You hear hushed, like stage whispering level of fighting. They're very clearly like in a disagreement, and they are trying to keep their voices down, but you feel like that. And again, being someone that's trying to become hyper attuned to the subtleties of human interaction, but also being someone whose job as a healer is to get a feel for people's emotional state, right? You have a good bedside manner. You feel these people are getting more and more frustrated with each other, and you just hear a couple words like we have to head straight to the pools. We have to go. And then you hear the other guys say, like, we already lost someone. We don't need to take the gnome with us. And then you hear another voice say something like, I need to learn to read. During that, much louder, you hear, Maman, regarde les monsters. And it's a little boy with like a candied apple, who's like screeched this to his mom and has pointed at a man in who looks like he's dressed like Aladdin, in loose pants, a vest, and a tiny hat that could only be is the only person you've ever seen that comes close to the description of what the person at the front told you.
Is he facing me or is he facing away?
No, he's leaned over the bar. He's got one of those kind of like he's like got the body. He's like body fully like stretched out. And he's just like kind of facing out. He's not really looking at anything.
Okay. How much of his face can I see?
Probably 3/4. Like most of the. It looks like he's like every once in a while leaning over to the bartender, who seems very disinterested, and is just like this fucking guy. And Oddwood's playing it cool though.
Especially considering the dream I had. Can I roll something to see if this face pings anything for me?
Sure. Roll a history check at disadvantage.
Got it.
This is going to be the one you roll well on.
Yeah. Both
You
of them.
roll
Two nat 20s.
If you roll 2 nat 20s, this series is over. I'm fucking done. I'm not DMing ever again.
What was it again? Sorry.
History.
I did roll better. 14.
No. He... I mean, you've seen a lot of humans. But he doesn't even look... he looks so different that he doesn't even look like... you couldn't tell what region of Barovia he was from if you wanted to.
Okay.
You just like know that he's human.
Okay. I would walk up. Friend.
Oh, hello.
Pardon how I ask. Would you be Oddwood?
I would be, and who would you be?
Yes. My name is Mavic. I am sorry. This is very forward. I am a healer, and I travel around, and I ask if anyone needs my help. And somebody said that perhaps this Oddwood might need some help. Yes, that's so. I want to offer my services.
Well, that was very kind of them. I fell this morning, and my tailbone still hurts a little bit.
This I can help with. Would you like to feel better? Are you okay?
Oh, that would be great. That would really help with my show tonight.
You do a show. What do you do? And while I'm doing this, I have cure wounds. Just to do because I gotta touch him. So just do a little cure wounds.
Okay. We can talk about consent later.
No, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was going to help. I did ask if I could help you feel better. I
Well, I didn't know that
apologize.
involved touch, but it's fine.
This is true. This is very true. You teach me things. I understand. Okay. So, well, all right. What do you do for your show?
So,
Oh, I'm
let's describe the cure wound. Did you cast cure wounds or no?
I did.
As soon as you touched, or just as soon as you
I was like, yeah.
from
As soon
you?
as I I was doing a little like look.
Okay, so
like
describe quickly what Mavik's spells look like. What the healing looks like.
So as Mavic reaches out to do a little check and everything, as soon as she touches, just motes of starlight surround her hands and surround your tailbone. Just this area. It's like, oh, it's very sparkly, but okay. And yeah, actually, I'm sure you're fine. But I just did 9 points of healing, so there you go, bud.
Hell yeah.
So as Oddwood's butt sparkles,
Be so serious as Mavic. It's not happening.
the little wisps of starlight, the little sparkles that were central to that area, land and begin to like attach to Oddwood's body, and you see them begin to burn a little bit. And in your head, Oddwood, you hear, "What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this bitch doing?"
Oh, she's just doing a little bit of healing.
And then Mavic, you see those lights immediately go out. They usually glow a little and sort of leave a soft glow on the skin that they go on, and like slowly burn out, like almost like some sort of like shooting star or fading light. And they just are extinguished. It's like they touched, burned hotter, and then gone.
She thinks in her head, I was right. This is very interesting. But she keeps that to herself. She's like, everything's fine.
Yeah.
She's got that. I have to print like when it's like doctors of being like, you're fine, everything's fine. I've seen this a million times. Don't know what this is, but yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
I think at this point, Patience is going to walk up. Oddwood, have you made a new friend?
Oh, I have. Her name is Mavic. She healed my tailbone.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
She certainly is an improvement. Hi.
Oh, hello.
An improvement over what?
Over some of the other carnival employees.
Oh.
Oh, was it that awful girl at the front? She said very mean things about him, and I do not like her.
Oh.
Oh, she
Do
doesn't
tell
mean
me.
any of it.
You're quite right. She won't mean much more for very long.
Oh, is she talking about how they call you Oddweird?
Oh, what a jokester.
Yes, joking.
Yes. It's this bitch. She just walks in. I give her money. I say, hey, I'm going to offer my services, and she says, yeah, go help Oddweird. Like, what a jerk.
And she's currently at the front gates.
Yeah, unless she left. But you know,
Lovely.
yes, but I am Mavic. It's good to meet you.
Oh, terribly sorry. My manners have left me today. My name is Patience, and she's gonna hold her hand out for like not a shake, but a
She
Maybe
takes.
roll a history check.
Okay.
Again, at
Let's see.
disadvantage.
Okay. Okay.
You're a 2-year-old.
I don't know shit. I got a nat 20, and then I got a 3. So that's
You
5. I'm 5. It's still 5, but
you put your hand out and kind of like touch her hand in the same.
this is a
well-
strange custom from where you're from.
you know, we can make it something. How about we close the fist? And then just a tap.
Ah, this
Ah.
is This is very nice. My claws, sometimes they get in the way, so I like this. This is very nice.
Well, that's
Wonderful.
fun.
Sarah, what's Cruntle up to?
Oh, Cruntle was creeping around, which is his favorite pastime. And right now is probably watching the what's going on here with these three. In fact, he's about to come up, sort of slink up beside Oddwood. Hello.
Oh, you always surprise me.
I like to think that I'm a very surprising fellow.
Well, that you are.
Good, good. Hello, everyone. Who's this?
Oh, hello, friends. I am Mavic. I am a healer.
Ooh.
A healer. Well, that's exactly the sort of person I like to meet. You know anything about curses?
Mm. Uh, do I? How much do I know about curses?
Roll a history check.
Mr. DM. Could I make a thing for medicine
No.
check? Come on.
He didn't even wait for you to make the counter. No other stats.
Well, I got a 15 this time.
You've been able to cure some curses. You think of about 6 months ago in the town of Barovia. You're pretty sure that was a curse. You don't. I don't. Mavic doesn't. Does Mavic know how to read and write?
Very roughly now.
Yeah.
Like-
So you've probably, in whatever rudimentary form, have started logging like your special cases, and have made probably a couple connections. Yeah, but
This
you
is
know a little bit, but you're no by no means an expert. You're more like you're like a paleo. What is it? The paleo era where you like ate the different mushrooms. We're like, no, that was bad. Like in that way, you're a dietitian.
It depends on the curse. It is very specific things I know.
All right. Well, that's all right then. I'll just follow those three and see if I can get in with this Madam Ava.
At this point, Allie comes up, recognizing because Mavic. If you would describe again, once again, what Mavic's wearing.
So yeah, dressed in dark leathers, but also there is she's got a little bit of a crown happening, and right now it looks like there's room for other places, but right now there's what maybe is a ruby, but it's a red stone that looks very like interesting. It almost looks like a flower bud right in the crown, and then there's an opal. But also there is a black circle stitched, very rough, and on that there are the colors of 7 multicolored dots on it, which is a little bit different than what people would maybe see around here. It depends on what people know.
Yeah, so Allie recognizing a fellow cleric comes up and says, I don't want to underestimate your abilities, but that one's fucked up. That thing is a lot. No, Cruntle's great. We've spent a week together. The thing, I'm pointing at his shadow.
Shadow's pointing back at her.
I thank you for the clarification. I thought you were calling my new friend a thing. I thought you were calling.
No. Cruntle's great. We love Cruntle.
Yeah.
Cruntle, please don't follow us. Ragnar wasn't supposed to say that. Cruntle, you look over at Ragnar, and he's just
Patience waves.
I don't know what you think you can do. I mean, I do I recognize the symbol of Pelor?
No.
No, it's like, but
Not
it's like the
even.
symbol of Pelor is kind of like sunny, isn't it? Like it's kind of like a very bright thing. Like it's like I
Yeah,
don't
it
know
is a
what.
sun, but you're indigenous to Barovia, and
Yes,
there's no,
yeah.
there's no like,
I
there's no
don't.
Pelor.
I don't know what you think you can do with this. Like, who's heard of this? Don't know.
Wow.
Maybe
Okay.
you're just not good enough. I
I
mean,
came
that's
to try to help you out. Um, but
it's.
it
I'm good.
looks like you're fucking fine.
Yeah, I am.
Um,
We are very fine. I appreciate it.
I
You know.
okay, okay.
You okay?
Roll,
Do you need help with your nose? You okay?
no, it's healing. Okay, it's
Alright.
healing.
Alright.
God. And she kind of storms off.
That was Owie, and she's one of those three that came here with traveling with the carnival, just like me. But they're going to find someone named Madame Ava, and
Madam
I
Ava.
want to find out about this Madame Ava too, in case she can help me out with my little problem.
I know nothing of the woman, but I need to find her. Other than she has cards.
Sarah and everybody actually roll a. Are you talking quietly or you're just having
No,
conversation?
Yeah.
just casually.
Eh,
Uh, I'm rolling stealth.
Okay. Vlad comes up at this point,
Oh, good.
and he says to Oi, oh,
What's up?
remember early in the morning you gotta head out, alright?
Yeah, I know.
Alright, I'm just giving you a fucking reminder, that's my job. Which is also my job is operations. Although they need you in the back soon, you should have started, I guess. Also, I'll cover for you this time, but Slippy wanted me to make sure specifically, and then he like whispers in you work with patience. So just maybe watch out with that, alright?
Well, that's very strange. I'll talk to them about that.
Yeah, I don't care anymore. And he walks away.
What a goofball.
Also, patience, roll for me roll for me a history check.
I'm going to guide myself, and a little ghost is going to like appear from my own shadow and whisper something useful in my ear. It's a D4.
Ooh.
Where's my D4? That's 16 plus history plus 18.
You've seen that stone before. The
On-
ruby. Yeah, not that specific one. That it's in a very specific. She said flower bud, right? It looks like something you can't quite remember where you've seen it. And maybe if you thought about it later, or if you look through maybe some of your notes, or some of the places you see, it's this very you've never really seen anything like it, but seeing it again is like, oh, I know, like I've seen that before. It's like seeing in reference to a painting inside of a painting. You know what I mean? Like, you know that there's a tangential connection with art or something like that. And that symbol sparks in your head.
Lovely. Mavic, I do love your style. Odd, are you off to your show?
Yeah, I'll be on the stage if anyone wants to swing
Yes.
by and see it.
I would
I
very
will
much
certainly
like
be
to.
watching.
Yes, we shall go.
Wonderful. Kruntel, would you like to join us?
I couldn't possibly be pulled away.
Lovely.
See, this is how you act. This is how you act with people, not that bullshit meanness. What is wrong? Anyway, let's go.
People here, they can
Was
I don't know
somebody
what's gonna
being mean?
happen. What?
Somebody being mean?
Look, I'll take care of her later. Oh, you want to help? Ah, yes, I love it. Okay. Off we toddle.
Yeah. So, Oddwood, when you get backstage, Slippy looks when a plasmoid blushes, it kind of flushes their hole, right? But also when they're flushed and upset, it's a bit of a darker shade. And Odd, what was taking you so long?
Oh, I was just meeting the people here in the port. It's weird that it's a port, because there's no oceans.
Yeah, I don't know. If you think about things too much, it just leads to bad stuff, So I just choose to live my life in the moment.
That's one of the things
Yeah.
I admire about you.
Yes. You were not with Lady Patience, were you?
Oh, I was.
I would like to. Oddwood, I don't like you spending time with her. I do
Oh.
not. I don't know. One of the things I love about you, Oddwood, is that you often don't think too much about people's intentions. And I think because of your accident or whatever happened, you are somewhat unaware of the danger that people present. Patience is a monster.
Oh, well, that's not very nice.
No, her kind.
I'm a monster by most people's
No,
standards.
you were made into a monster by something, and some bad thing happened to you, and you were given another chance. Patience was raised by a monster and is a monster.
What has she done?
I don't know, but I can tell you that her mother is responsible for probably more deaths, murder, and bad things than all of the people we've met.
Well, I hope
There
very
is
much not to
no
meet her mother,
way-
then.
There's no way that Patience is not, as a sire of that monster, just as devious, just as cunning, just as destructive. Oddwood, I know we have a thing that's undefined, but regardless of where it ends, I still care for you, and it would be dangerous to be caught in Patience's clutches.
Well, Patience has been nothing but kind to me.
Oddwood, are you familiar with the Venus flytrap? I know you like your little weird plant pot.
Well, that's the normal one. But yes, I'm familiar.
Yeah. I know. Normal wood. Odd. It's a good
It's
joke. I
good,
love it.
yeah. It makes me giggle every time.
You make me giggle. And you see like some earnest affection. But would a Venus flytrap presents itself as a beautiful flower to be pollinated, and then when flies or bees or anything lands on it, and just when it thinks it's safe, the flytrap eats the bugs. You are the bug. Patience is the trap. Please be careful.
I will be careful. I appreciate your concern.
All throughout this conversation in your head, Ian Kitchen's been, I fucking told you! Yeah, I like plant Slippy now. This fucking plasmoid knows what's up. Yeah, and then you do your show. Roll a performance with advantage.
All right.
And again, add your proficiency. You do this.
That's a nat 20.
Ooh.
Alright.
You guys are like really in sync. The tension of the fight, and an even increased tension because Oddwood didn't really like understand what it was about, or like why. Just like what? Just because someone's parents are mad, right? Who cares? So the tension of patience and frustration has also like increased the frustration. And you get a standing ovation. Yeah, but the performance goes off flawlessly. You guys look like a yin and yang, right? To the weird inky black, the light of the plasmoid. So good.
This is like the Cirque du Soleil style of contortionist. It's not like, oh, look, we fit the
Yeah.
box. It's like, I'm jumping through this like
Yeah.
tiny ring into like a pit of sharks or whatever.
Yeah, like
don't understand.
looking like hourglasses, right? Coming through like the smallest pinhole size things you can come through, and on the other side, there's like fire and weird scars dangling, and all kinds of great,
Yes.
great. So it is the center piece of the rings.
Slippy likes to say that she's the reason that they got the main stage, but Oddwood is the one doing the real talent.
You know,
She can hit a wall and reform.
I do
Yeah,
agree.
Oddwood-
He is very compelling. He is very
Pardon
compelling.
me.
Oddwood
I
also
wish
made
not.
all of the devices and the actual tech that happens in the show.
I did misspeak. I would not wish to misgender anybody. They could hit a wall and reform from a puddle. Oddwood is fantastic. Just the best here. Either way.
So we do not like we don't like the jelly thing late person.
They are fine. They don't like me. For reasons, I suppose.
Nah.
Now, why would anyone not like you? Charming
I
lady
don't-
like yourself.
Cruntle, I like you more and more every time we meet.
Bastion, I missed something. I realized something earlier. If you could roll me as well a history check for the conversation when you're having with Cruntle and the gang.
Yeah. That is a 25.
Damn.
Ink said when Madame Ava was mentioned, Ink says, "We need to head there. That's where we need to go.
Okay.
We need to follow these weirdos." And during the performance, sorry, my voice is like starting to hurt, and I can't do the original because my voice is hurting. I need to like practice that more.
You're good.
During your performance, you also Oddwood, remember Madame Ava. It like comes back to you as you get like lost in the performance, right? It's this virtuoso. Your body is on autopilot, and that gives you time for your brain to parse through the day. And you heard it mentioned in your secret society stuff. Sorry, let me go through my notes real quick. I got the name here. Heard it in connection with El Padre.
El Padre.
That Madame Ava was the one that gave him, pointed him in the direction he needed, or that they're connected somehow.
And Ink, do you know where this Madame Ava is?
No idea. But the little weird one said the three are going there. So let's leave the carnival. Go.
Well, let me clear it with the ringmaster.
Nope.
And,
You're gonna fucking tell him.
Make sure Slippy's good.
Say, hey, Sergey, you dumb fucking idiot.
You're such
I
a
know
jokester.
that you're not in possession of your own balls, but I'm gonna tell you for a second what's gonna happen here. And then you tell him I'm fucking leaving and I'll come back when I come back if I come back.
I'll take that energy into the meeting.
I accept this energy and I give it back to you.
Give it back to you. Okay, yeah, the performance is over. Sorry. Yeah, the Vasanti are also known for their drink. There are two major winemakers in the lands of Barovia, but the Vasanti make their own special stuff. So there's like a full functioning like bar area that like where those tables were. That just kind of operates all night, and that's another one of their like sort of cash cows, right? So even if the shows are not steady, people want another place to drink that's well lit at night. So you could hang out there, or what are we thinking, gang?
Yeah. I think Slippy's been kind of frustrated with Oddwood for the day, so he's gonna give her some space before going back to the tent to kind of like cool down and find herself. So he's gonna spend some time over, drinking in the wine area, hanging out with some of the locals, and then the carnies.
Oddwood, my friend, it was amazing. I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, thank you.
You move amazing ways. Your partner also very good, but you together, great.
Thank you. Yeah, Slippy really makes the show.
You know, they. I've heard many things. I'm very sorry. They seem very, very cool, but it seems that maybe the way you do what you do is more of a challenge, as the way they move is, just how they're normal. Do they have bones? I'm
No,
very interested.
Absolutely not. Not a single bone.
How do they stay in the? I've never seen anything like it. It's very interesting.
Sheer force of will is my understanding. They're very willful.
Yes, they certainly are. Oh, can I get you a drink? Just such a wonderful. I love watching your shows all the time.
And I like watching yours as well.
Thank you.
You do a show.
It's less of a show and more of a conversation.
She tells fortunes, and they're always really cool. And sometimes she'll get up on stage and tell fortunes in front of the audience.
This is a very good gift.
It's a grand gift, yes. I'm going to talk to the bartender for a moment.
It seems very strange that she is so cagey about her gift, but okay. Krentel, what do you, I mean, so you're not with the carnival, no? What do you do?
What do I do?
You know.
Well, I play a mean game of cards.
This is
Dice too.
Is there no way to play a kind game of cards? I don't know. Oh no,
You can
this
play
is
a card game of cards, but it tends to make you lose money if you do.
this is a saying. This mean game. It is not truly mean? Or is it truly
you are
mean?
sort of making off other people's money, but they're buying into it, so it's all good.
Ale's around. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Very nice.
So, what was this talk about this Ava person I heard?
Yeah.
Bastion, again, as soon as you say it, thinking about it again, that 25 was super high. You actually think it's probably not a good idea. Like, because it was secret society talk when you heard it,
Okay.
that this might not be the right venue.
Hey, I want to talk to you about something secret that other people shouldn't hear. Can we go outside?
Oh, should I
All of
perhaps? I'm.
No, you're probably fine.
It's okay. I may join.
You
We have
healed me.
only just
You're a
met.
kind person.
Well, thank you.
Actually, Mavic too. You go ahead and roll me just a straight history check, just to
Okay.
see on the off
Okay.
chance.
A little sprout of ghosts, just like
Oh, you know what? I was
Remember.
reminded from my good friend, my new friend Patience. I put a little sparkle on myself and cast guidance. I forgot this was a thing I can do. I've never been a cleric before. Okay, here we go. Oh, nice. 22.
You didn't think it was real. You've heard of Madame Ava too, in your dealings with those. So again, referring back to our opening segment, right? My little monologue. Uh, Vampires are the ones that are largely in control. They are the duchesses, the dukes, the major landowners, major business owners. Um, and also the sort of protectorate against the other monsters, right? They are the most equipped to fight off, and that's why large concentrations of vampires, like Porto Lucine, are the sort of nicest areas, the least run down, if you will,
Got it.
because they are able to keep monsters away the most. Um, that's the mainstream. Mavic knows that bad shit happens from everybody that can do it, and that the vampires are not exactly that there is a large contingent of people, largely underground, um, who believe that the vampires uh, are actually the source of the monsters and in themselves the source of oppression in Barovia. And so, in those few meetings you've had where you've helped out people, where they've said, "We'll give you a ton of gold to not say anything and just do what we need you to do," um, the name Madame Ava was mentioned once or twice as a very powerful being, not necessarily against Strahd or for, or
Just very strong.
just like a powerful entity.
Yes, I think we should take our drinks and become
my
closer
tent.
friends. Yes, yes.
Is that agreeable to everybody? Wonderful.
Yes.
Off we go.
As you all enter the tent, Patience, I assume you're leading the way.
Yes.
Your tent, before you even come up to it, the candle's lit in there.
I see.
And as you come up, and you pull your curtain to the side, you see the back of a man who's maybe like 5'8", 5'9", dark black hair. He's wearing in the style of the entire region of Dementlieu, right? It is the long tail coat. His hat is on your little. It's like a coffee table size table. Again, like it's just more of like a big board on top of a barrel, right? And black hair, coat. Yeah, and he's making tea. He's preparing tea.
I see you've made yourself at home. May I help you?
Welcome. Yes, yes, yes. I think you can.
I would recommend you introduce yourself imminently, as you are in my tent.
He kind of smirks at that. Yes, yes, of course.
patience. Please have a seat. My name is
Yeah.
Strahd von Zarek.
My terribly sorry.
And that is where we're going to leave off.
No.
Dun dun dun.
And I sit.
You only have to wait a few more days. I mean, they have to wait a week, I think.
A whole week.
Yeah.
You gotta wait a whole week.
7 days is a week.
But we only gotta
okay.
wait a couple.
That was fun. We got there. I was like a little worried about it, but it started off rough. Much like your first time having sex, it was weird and awkward at first, but once we found our rhythm and footing, it got a little better.
And we all found our funny voices, just like sex.
Yeah. Yeah,
I really liked being bitchy.
Oh, you're very good at it.
I do a Hermione Granger voice in bed with my partner. It's Leviosa.
You shared that with the internet.
Yeah, well,
it's not real.
yes.
I never. 90% of what I say is not.
Roll insight.
Roll inside. Yeah. Okay. And with that weird note, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Now we have to wait for the recording to end. It is the longest process.